Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian, Volume 1 review. With the popularity of rom-com titles like Bonata character Tomazaki, Jitosi is in a rameni bottle, and The Angel Next Door's Pulse Me Rotten, and it comes as no surprise that Yen Press is steadily adding titles by the genre to their lineup. The most recent of these is Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian, which I'm here to review today. Does it stand out from the crowd? Let's find out. The story takes place at Seri Private Academy, a high school the protagonist, Masachika Kuze, attends. Kuze is somewhat of a sucker when it comes to a school and is constantly falling asleep in class, forgetting his textbooks, or otherwise being anything but the model student you expect to find in a school like this. However, sitting next to him is Alisa Mikhailovna Kujo, nicknamed Alya, a transfer student who's known as a solitary princess due to her beautiful looks, being top of the class, and being a member of the student council. Alya, who is half Russian, is also fluent in the Russian language, which has led to her developing a strange relationship with Kuze. Alya has made it a goal for hers to fix Kuze's bad attitude towards studying and is often found lecturing him and waking him up for little time naps to their classmates. The relationship comes up as almost antagonistic, but Kuze knows Alya's true feelings for him are much kinder. Often Alya tells her truth. Feelings slip by whispering in Russian, believing that no one will understand a thing she says. As it turns out, Kozi also knows the language and understands every word she says, including when she's secretly calling him cute, not wanting to tell Alya the truth about his linguistic skills. Kozi puts on a poker face and pretends not to understand, leading to their odd friendship continuing day by day. Coming in at around 168 pages, I Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian is a short but sweet rom-com outing. To begin with, it wasn't particularly smitten with the cast or the premise, but once I reached halfway, my opinion shifted. As the pages went on, author Sun began diving into Alya's backstory, exploring why she works so hard at her school and doesn't have a lot of friends. Likewise, we'll grow to understand why Kulsi has become such a slacker, and that he's more than capable of working hard if it's for the right reasons. I think that's why it's this click with me in the end, because it became less about the comedy and instead humanized the characters. It may have taken some stereotypical twists in the story, such as Koza getting involved with the student council because of Alya and his sister, but the characters are quite layered enough to get you invested in their storylines. I also think making Alya a transfer student who has spent time in both Japan, where she was born, and later Russia, before coming back to Japan, is a smart move, since this explains both her work ethic and difficulties fitting in. Having moved between the two countries during his childhood, with no time to get attached to anyone in her elementary or middle school, there was nothing to do but work hard. I also appreciate that because of the fact Kozi understands everything Alya says. There should be too much will day with one day when it comes to the romance. Even if Kozi doesn't understand why, he doesn't at least acknowledge that Alya has found him, he needs to has built running feelings for her. It's still early days, but I could see them becoming an item relatively quickly. As previously mentioned, Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. Volume 1 comes to the West thanks to Yen Press and has been translated by Matthew Rotson. The translation reads well, and I particularly like that Alya's Russian dialogue is written in a native script with an English translation in brackets after the fact. Since it's usually a very short praise that Alya is saying, it doesn't feel intrusive and instead making it clear that Alya doesn't expect anyone to understand. The series is ongoing in Japan with 7 volumes, including a number 4.5 release, and Yen Press already has number 2 available in English, with number 3 following in May. There's also a manga adaptation, which is unlicensed currently, and a TV anime has been announced, so we'll be seeing a lot more of these one in the future. Overall, Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. Volume 1 introduced us a likable pair of characters with a slightly odd but wholesome relationship, hidden beneath all the bickering and the personas they wear. These two both had interesting stories to tell about the past, and shape who they are, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the story takes them going forward. Certainly, one to keep an eye on. 8 out of 10.